It is now the Halloween for 2019. So we got ourselves a candy. Got ourselves some candy here. Recycle that box. Candy. We had our first kids come into our door. A clown and I'm not sure what the other costume was. But I really should be going to Halloween parties though. That's a tricky one to open. This is a tricky one, see? Phew, use my teeth. Boy, am I glad I didn't stop off at Subway's. There's like a nerdy guy asking for all sorts of ingredients, being a total, what's it called? A kit. A total kit asking for all sorts of There's asking for all sorts of ingredients, you know. Hardly anyone comes to this house though. It's always been like that over the years. So, once again, I may have gone overboard. I don't have the heater on because I have the door open, so. Once again, the rule is to grab a, holy crap! Are these guys worried of thieves or something? What is this? Something more paranoid in a store. They think that a bunch of Bart Simpson looking kids will come and steal all the candy. So once again, we just throw these wrappers into the plastic bag here and we're going to recycle them. These little pieces cannot be recycled, however. So and a bunch of Maynard's jub characters. You know, for kids who are allergic to chocolates and need peanuts and chocolate allergies and whatnot, we can give them some Maynard's candies. In fact, one bowl should have Maynard's candies. One bowl should have the chocolate bars. No. So, like I said, I was over at I was going to go to Subway's and pick up a Subway lunch, but I guess I came home a bit later on, a bit too late. Had to stop off at the transit store to pick up a bus pass for November tomorrow. Oh, the scissors are right here. A little bit of the sniffles, so. Got a very much little bit of the sniffles because I had to. It's a bit colder tonight, so. We'll recycle that. What else do we have in here? In that magical fun box. Oh yeah, these are for me. These are my candies. Oh my god, I love these toffee candies. These toffee cups. have Halloween specials, and I watch the Halloween specials while I'm giving out the kids goodies this year. But fuck, I won't open the toffees just yet. So one bowl has chocolates, the other bowls have Maynards. Hopefully a bunch of kids will come in. But it's already 7:15, so we usually close up at 9 o'clock. That's when I freeze my ass too much. That's when the doors of Hades closes. Because I'm freezing off my Hades stick. I'll show you my setup here in a second. I can actually keep the boxes when I bring it to the Nikukan tomorrow. See, autistic folks like myself love routine. So I started this routine out last year, and it just doesn't feel right if I don't do it again. Got a bunch of soap too. Got like 6 bars of soap to augment the other soap. So we're just back in. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me carefully put this in. We have with us a bench. That's where we sit to put on our tight shoes in case we have fancy shoes to put on, like wedding shoes, not these yucky street shoes. That's my mom's, by the way. I put the slippers on. Take off these slippers, or take off my feet. I've been on my feet all day. Take off my socks. Just sit here for the next few hours for you guys and enjoy giving out the candy. I open the door quite widely, and then the candy's in the bag there, the chocolates and the Maynards, and my toffee over there for Christmas, because somehow Christmas is Halloween for some reason. Well, it is November, so we'll just open this up. But like I said, I don't have any anticipation that many people come. Like, I mean, already 2 kids. Oh, some cobwebs up there. Spooky house. I'll vacuum it up. There's 2 sets of cobwebs up there and up there. Just noticed that now. I poke around. I usually tap it to see if there's any spiders scurrying about. If not, then it's been abandoned and it's up for cleanup. Because I took an environmental class, and oh god, those Maynards look so good. So we just put this here. My bottle collecting glove should not be there where the food is. What can I say? Yeah, my costume is I'm a student at BVC. My ID and my various political pins that I got. That's my, throw some socks over there, and that's my costume. But this neighborhood is aging. There's all these other neighborhoods around us. Usually, the pattern is newer, richer people will move out to the suburbs. They'll move up to the suburbs where it's nice and quiet. Then the neighborhood slowly builds up. Like, I mean, it's been like that since for this neighborhood too, back in '96. And then a bunch of the younger students, a bunch of the younger kids have all grown up and moved out of the house except for me. Maynards. And I'm gonna put that in the top right here. So this is just New Year. This is just Halloween. I didn't tape it last time for Halloween, so open the door so I'm thinking, it's cold. Hades. I should put some. I should put some decorations up. But I remember when I first going to college back in 90. 99, 2000. Oh, I hear some kids. I'm eating their candy. Oh. Well, it's not like that. 5-second rule. I dropped the meat up on the floor and I ate it. I'm gonna give my wife I'm gonna give my wife half the candy in the bowls, whatever survives, and you can cut the other half. But yeah, I remember when I was a younger man, back in 2000, 1999, when I first went to Mount Royal. I was just trying to read Mount. I was sitting on this. I was sitting on these stairs here. A much thinner version of myself too, by the way. Just reading up on whatever class was going on, giving out candy. The neighbors across the street. Some 3 kids over there. I was gonna wave to them. You know what? I should do this. I should dress up like a ghoul creature. Ghoul. Jabba the Hutt. Zombified Jabba the Hutt. And then, see, it's a funny thing. It's not on this side of the house, but it's always on that side of the street that gets all the candy kids. And then you hear the delightful little ghosts and goblins. Kids are dressed up as ghosts and goblins saying, "Trick or treat!" And then you give them handfuls of candy because I want to get rid of the candy, right? So far this year we had 2 people. A boy dressed up like a creepy clown. I believe the clown is it. And I forgot what his brother was, his taller, older brother was dressed up as. Because I just came in, I was just setting up the station here. Like I said, I should have gotten my my driver's license, not my driver's license, my my bus pass earlier. I should have got my bus pass earlier, and I would have come in earlier. It's already like 6:47. What time is it now? 7:15. There's a Buddha idol statue up there, right where the landing is. The closet here. They have a little landing here. They got some stairs behind here, and that's the Buddha statue with the clock up there as well. So that's a good thing I wore this really thick shirt. So that's my costume. A tired zombified a zombie, a college student. Tonight we're gonna finish reading up the rest of that chapter and do that last assignment. Then I should have more free time for Grey Cup weekend. If the Calgary Stampeders make it, they might, they may not. I think there's a good chance. But all teams have a good chance, so just play your best and, you know. Now the biggest question is, if Bo Levi Beach has a few more Grey Cups in them, will the Americans finally step him up? And I hope so, yes, because the young man, he's in his early 30s, and he's still very much fresh, but if he lingers up here in Canada too long, his NFL dreams may go poof. We want that to happen. He's done so much good things for us, but we have to realize that American players, if they come up here for the exposure, come up here for the experience, and they come up here just for the experience, return some heads. American and Canadian football are very, very different, and football seems to be growing. Across the world too. Just very slowly though, just like how soccer is coming into here. And it's daylight saving time this weekend, and that's when I'm going to wash all my clothes, change all the clocks, perhaps clean up the shower stall, and but this is the life though. You're saying, this is the life. You sit back, relax. You sit back, you relax, and we might not. We only have 45% of battery power though, so I don't know. parent walking across the street, not here. And the lights are on. I think we should set up some really scary, spooky stuff. The Latinos across right in the corner of the house there, the Latinos there, they last year they set up a bunch of tombstones on their front yard and a bunch of hanging ghosts off their tree to represent hung people, I guess, hung ghosts, and really spooky shit. This year they didn't, so maybe they're in town. Maybe they got. People do this spontaneously. They don't do it every year. I just hope these whole DIY, these whole weird old DIY projects I've been doing right now, the bottles, the Halloween candies, filming it and whatnot. This is it's just a phase in my life, you know. Yeah. Oh, there's a car right there. Is that a neighbor? I don't know. Minivan just drove by on our side of the street, and you can't see because of the doors in the way, and the camera's angulated this way, and for the temple for the reading up there. But sometimes the parents would drop off their kids, and then they do the walk around. Or drop off the minivan, and they do, but. They tend to like to do this inside the crescents. Like, you have the main street here, you have the little cul-de-sacs, crescents, and all those other side streets down there, and they tend to do that block. They don't tend to do the main street. The main street does have its advantages though. You're closer to bus stops and stuff. You don't have to really walk. With the cul-de-sac way, you're more private because you're not on the main street. Sort of like you have a bunch of houses. Like this one is the buffer, like a little wall from your yard, from your house and stuff to the main street. In this case, it's drive. And yeah. Oh, this sucks. Someone's coming. I have no classmate of mine today. We were in the sacred hoop class, sacred hoops and positive lifestyle changes, and me mowing down on garbage, or not garbage, candy, or me mowing down on candy is not really healthy. Well, it is garbage. It's junk food, so. Oh, it's like that. It's like that last year and the year before too. Approximately more kids will come up. Only a handful of kids come in though. But lesson. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. It's just a regular adult. I said hi. I think it's a power walker with the headbands on. This is suburbia after all. But like I said, this is another part of suburbia, so there's not many kids. We have to wait until we die. We go, and our moms and dads sell the houses and fuck right on up to Arizona. Calgarians seem to want to retire in Arizona, so maybe it's a special deal for them down there. BC may be too expensive, and California is, well, California I guess, and way expensive. But I think Arizona, it's really nice. That's warm. And when you get old, all your joints, all the cartilage in your joints start to fuse together, and right now they're fusing together because I have the door open. I'm trying to say hi. Next time I'm going to do something as well. I am a zombified student. I'm undead student because I'm studying all night, all the time. So this is how. So kids, if you're watching this, kids in the future, my kids, your kids, whoever's kids, this is how Halloween was. Except this is much more different. I'm much more older and not in BBC. I'm not in MRC at the time. I'm at BBC. I kind of fell asleep in class last night too, or this morning too, this afternoon too, because namely, at the RCIA class, because I tend to babble on, and that's an annoying habit of many people with autism, including myself. So we tend to babble on about bullshit. It's the way our minds work. We have neurotypical people, NTs, have a main highway, have a main freeway, in this case this way. And however, for us, we have different cul-de-sacs, clover leaves, trumpet turn-ons, flyovers. Uh, we have all those weird stuff. That includes the. There we go. Just tapping it. There. Oh, this is good. And this is really good. I mean, my body is cold, but my feet are warm. It's really nice, actually. Anyhow, and that's how the mind works, and that's how this teacher's mind works. And I don't know. We're not even neonates. A neonate is a first year Catholic. This is their first year of being a Catholic. They're communions. Then they get confirmed, and they're 100% Catholic. So I don't know. We're neonates. We have all our lives to sign up for whatever ancient text reading classes. There's a myriad of them. At the UFC, at the chaplaincy at the UFC, or the Catholic diocese itself, they'll have sort of like special classes for bio reads and or bio Catholic reads for you to immerse yourself into becoming one body of Christ. One body of Christ, which is to immerse your mind, to love God with all your whole heart and whatnot, right? So to do that, you actually have to, fuse into Him. And that's what we do every Sunday. We eat his body, we drink His blood, and we have Him inside of us, technically, symbolically and whatnot. Actually, no. Catholics believe it's technical. It's literal. Transubstantiation or something, Protestants, however, believe it's just a literal thing. I don't like eating flesh, and I don't like drinking blood. The only flesh I like eating is animal flesh, but it is what it is. I'm a cannibal. I'm a cannibal. That's from Archer. That's from the latest episode of Archer. They just season the one with the Danger Island, the Danger Island one. Okay, so no kids are coming. Well, like I said, I stay open till 9:30. Then I start to pack up everything and start to take my shower for the evening and start to make the food for the evening, and then I settle into my study routine. I don't have the heater on because I just don't. So I'm assuming all this extra cold heat that's already cold is already seeping out into space, bending out into space, and whatever oxygen's left, whatever oxygen gases are left in this hangar, this foyer hangar is gonna. What the fuck is that? What kind of show is that? I don't know. Kill the monster. Must be some kid adventure show. That's the thing. Back in the 70s and 80s, they'll be playing Charlie's Big Pumpkin, or Halloween Pumpkin, Great Halloween Pumpkin show. Just more blah 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 about the end of the world, more news. But around this time, KXLY Channel 7, the Spokane channel, will have some kind of special cartoon on back in the 70s and 80s, and see, us kids will come home around 4 o'clock, and we either watch Star Trek on the telly, while old Star Trek, classic and the original series, COS or NTNG, one after the other, back in the 80s. And then we'll show some cartoons. Another channel will show some cartoons. And then for us kids to come home, watch the cartoons with our friends. For that magical few years we have that Looney Tunes and those cartoons are relevant. In this case, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown and the big Halloween pumpkin. And the big Halloween pumpkin, and big Halloween pumpkin. And but this year is just news of old farts. Well, I'm an old fart now. I'm in my 40s, so therefore I'm now the old fart, right? The big kid. Come on, you kids. I'm cold. I'm cool. I'm cool. If you recognize, if you remember what that's, if you remember what that's a reference to, you are truly a child from the 90s, and it's a show called Are You Afraid of the Dark, and it's called The Cold Ghost. It's about a little boy. Got some chocolate stuck in my teeth. It's about a little boy's ghost who kept on mumbling, "I'm cold," or whining, "I'm cold, I'm cold." But the thing is, in life, what happened was he witnessed a. I can't exactly spoil the episode for you, but he witnessed something bad, and something bad happened to him, and he lost his jacket, and then he froze to death. So he kept on saying, I'm cold," because, that's the last thing he actually felt in life, was cold, and so forth. Therefore, he still thinks he's alive, or whatever, however ghosts are, and however ghosts live. And come on, you kids, get over here! I got free candy, Pedo. What do you want me to do? Have a bag that says free candy? I'm gonna take a look outside to see if there's any kids wandering out there. I think it's too late. I think it's already dark. And like I said, I think also because Mahogany, those Cranston, Mahogany, and those other neighborhoods are big giant blobs of land. They're able to have a lot of people there. But Mackenzie Lake, this particular boulevard of Mackenzie Lake, was actually pretty thin, and therefore not many kids live up here. But there's a junior high right over there, That's the thing too. When this neighborhood was first made, when they first made this neighborhood, they were complaining there's not enough schools. Not enough schools within walking distance. You can only go to Mackenzie Lake's walking school, or Alderman, or you have to be bused out of there. To inner city school, which was like southeast inner city, which was the Southland. So some parents got together to build a junior high here. And of course, some Catholic schools were built around the neighborhood too, around this parish as well. Well, that's the thing too. Now it's not enough kids in this neighborhood. So I'm gonna take a step outside to see where everyone is. Then I'll go come back and put away the scissors. Okay, since no one's out there, I'm just gonna close that for now and continue to hang out with you guys. I'm a deep. That's my caution for the year. I'm a deep. Psycho. Well, actually, I technically am psycho. I am on my pills though. Don't worry. I tried to go order some crazy pills when I was going for my thing to pick up your supplies over there at a fuck city or fuck town or fuck store. That's on the burning chocolate. I find that whenever I eat chocolate, that makes my tummy go goo goo. I don't know, some kind of weird acid in my tummy. Reminds me of a time when I ate a bunch of chocolates as a child. I wanted to emulate Cookie Monster, see on Sesame Street, going nom 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 nom. So I did that one night. That's funny. I did that one night, and I threw up that night too. And the whole everything was tinted green. It was kind of like this tint color right now. I can actually see it's coming out. It's coming out as a tint color. Okay, so yeah, I guess the zeitgeist of this neighborhood was the 90s. I mean, there's lots of junior high kids and whatnot. I see them in the morning. I see them at the school over there. But like I said, we need to have more kids moving into these neighborhoods. Either they tend to be up in the northeast, which is very user friendly for economically user friendly for new families. Middle class families tend to wander south to Mahogany, to Cranston, to Chaparral, Lake Chaparral, most other weird neighborhoods in the south, Legacy and the Winton, those places, those neighborhoods. And they, like I said, it's a big, the way Mackenzie Lake is built, it's built like this. It's built like, you know how Vietnam looks. It's sort of like this very a very limb-shaped thing, very like a giraffe neck. You got the head, you got the long, slender, sexy neck kind of thing, or perhaps Florida. That's the way Mackenzie Lake sort of looks like. It's kind of like this elongated kind of blob of streets and blocks on the map, roads on the map. Whereas all these other neighborhoods are these typical suburban squares, these ovals. Now, and therefore, it's more houses, more neighborhood, more concentration there. And either in Mackenzie you tend to be extremely wealthy. Douglasdale over here, but like I said, this neighborhood's aging. So this house, I don't know how long this house will stand. Maybe another 50 years, and it gets torn down in 2050 or 2060 or something. This is a pre-internet house, actually. They have spaces for internet cable, of course, but this is like actually pre-internet. I don't know why there's a telephone / cable jack up there, right next to the door. I mean, oh, I think it's for the camera, maybe. That's probably for the camera. I hear some kids. Open up. Maybe it's ghost kids. Last year, maybe 8 kids showed up. 2 parents are actually pretty cool. They were steampunk parents and they're new parents, so they say they lived on the block, so steampunk parents. My little daughter almost tripped over the water spout though, so then they lift the water spout up. Because you know how little kids they have pitter patter of the little feet, and they don't have they can't really lift their knees up because they're pretty much too bump. You hear that? Ah, there we go.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up? Here you go.
Thank you.
So you're a Spider-Man and you're Cartman and oh, Perch. Yeah, right on. Perch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kid dressed up as a Perch, had the X glasses on, the neon. And the one said he's a baseball player, and the other one said I think he was dressed up as Cartman, regular chubby auto jacket. All right, well that's 3, 5 people. 34 minutes already. Almost 8. Well, I think the battery's going. Battery's almost dying, so. Trick or treat, so we feed. I remember 2 girls came to my house last year. 2 girls came. They were sitting there dressed up as some character from a Steam game. I'm not sure which game it is though. Then another kid dressed up as a cactus. Another one is a generic fairy / princess. 2 of the steampunk parents and their kid. They don't have UNICEF boxes anymore. I don't know why. When I was a kid, we collected for UNICEF. So once again, I'm trying to keep them. So, new rule next year. When school, class ended like 3 o'clock because the father is an indigenous. He's not an elder, but he's a knowledge, not exactly a knowledge keeper because he doesn't have the rights to that title yet. But he's well known in the indigenous community. And Brian Fleck, I think it's Fleck. And so he has four kids living out in Mackenzie Town. And Mackenzie Town has more people. Mackenzie Town has the neighbor of Copperfield attached to it. Mackenzie Town, Elgin, and those other places. I saw lots of, on the way home. I saw lots of kids, so I actually thought this year will be different. I have lots of kids. But only five showed up: Purge dude, baseball dude, and Cartman dude, and I guess it, the creepy it. The last year I actually done Halloween was when I was in my early 20s. My brother was having his friends over for his Halloween. My brother was having his friends over, and it was 2000, so it's like 19 years ago. Some photographs of that, and I had a latex vampire mask on. I think it was a Bela Lugosi, if Bela Lugosi was a fatso. And one of my brother's friends came up as Joker, classic Jack Nicholson Joker. And my brother came up as I have to check the photograph. And his other friend came as I think Alex came as a teenage mutant ninja turtle. And I remember this house used to have a lot of kids over, partying over, lots of party kids over. My brother was quite the not the popular stud, but he was like the nerd guy who had the house, went the house on the weekends. Because my mother took dance classes, like classical dance classes with her boyfriend, and they'll leave us the house over the weekend. It's been like that since ever. So, this whole carpet here. Well, the carpet wasn't here. It was actually linoleum, and there was all these little teenager shoes here, and then I'd boot them the liquor. They'd give me the money. I'd boot them the liquor. I should have caught. They didn't share the liquor with me, and they didn't share. They didn't pay me or anything. So I just thought this was a regular thing that adults did for. I didn't know I was getting rewarded. The next thing to know in another life, when I'm the big brother, the big sister again, is get the boot fee or get the booty or get the boot fee. But like I said, that was the last time we had Halloween, and that's when I guess there was more younger people in this neighborhood, and we were all wandering around the neighborhood. Those kids got quite a haul of candy. We had pillowcases and stuff. So, tonight's Thursday. Tomorrow I don't have to go to school, but these kids still have to go to school. So I feel bad for the teachers tomorrow. That the kids are going to go like that. Like I'm making buzzing pea sounds. The kids are going on shirt going. They try to do a test tomorrow. If they have to do a test tomorrow, they should be studying tonight. But if they're kids. They deserve this one time of life. And like I said, in my early 20s and my teens, I guess 19. So how old was I back then? Let's see how old I was. 1996. I graduated. I was 18 from junior high because I skipped a year. More goblins, more kids. Ghosting goblins, hopping goblin, goo goo goo. Ah, there we go. Ooh, trick or treat. What are you coming as? A knight. A knight? Oh, I dropped your M&Ms. There you go. You're a skeleton.
Do you like my costume?
Yeah, skeleton, right on. What you come as? A princess? A fairy?
I never got anything.
Oh, soldier. Right on.
Right.
Dead soldier. And you're Maleficent. Maleficent.
Mal.
And you are?
Mal.
Oh, from Frozen?
What?
From Frozen? Mal? Oh wait, you got the more.
No, I'm not from Frozen.
Oh, okay. Oh, but so we had Maleficent, we had Mal, we had a zombified soldier, we had a knight, and we had question mark dude. So 6. So 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 2 is 13. Oh, okay, that's good. Oh my god. Ghosting goblins, ghosting goblins. This is what I like. They come to my house. So yeah, that's my memories of Halloween. Most of my Halloweens were done around the block of Old Kirkness. If you type in Kirkness Road, you'll see that it's a mixed residential neighborhood. I wouldn't mind reincarnating there again. It's actually pretty safe. It's not. It's okay to live in. I mean, I lived there as a kid. I did live there as a kid. But because I was the Ralph Wiggums kid, as you can probably tell, the Ralph Wiggums kid, and the Ralph Wiggums as an adult, the Chinese Ralph Wiggums, I guess. Yes, I ate the paste as a kid, and it shows. Also chewed on pencils, ate the tar from the glass window. I don't know. I was that weird kid that put weird stuff in his mouth. Don't ask me why. Ask my ancestors. Handicapism is hereditary. Some ancient Chinese family member gave me this. Or worse, I chose to be like this and I'm giving this to another family. Epigenetics. But, it is what it is. I'm functional. I'm not like robbing banks or shooting up the schools, venting out my frustrations, hating Mondays. I hate Mondays girl, and I did have an uncanny similar facial expression as a child with Chosen Shunhui, the dour looking flat-cutted hair, when I had hair, especially when I was sitting like this, in a photograph of junior high. Ooh, junior high, great. But like I said, junior high, I had 0 friends. You know those characters on a character on Santa Carla Diet, where that one fella deliberately turned himself into a zombie by sticking his fingers in Gary's teeth and having Gary clamp down on his fingers. Hey, Nathan Phillips is from Edmonton, actually. Oh, more ghost goblins. Ghosting goblins, walking away. Oh. Well, like I said, Nathan Phillipson is from Edmonton, and I'm not sure which neighborhood, but that'd be funny if he actually did came from Kirkness. That would be rad. But yeah, I had fond memories of Kirkness. I think one year I came as Pac-Man. The other year I came as that vampire. Another year my mom did my face paint to make me look like a zombified demon, shrunken skeletal eyes, but red demonic paint, like Darth Maul paint. I had the horns, the fuzzy cloth made horns and a little pitchfork, a little demo, and a little hell tail, because I was such a little hellion at school or something. I was a total mancubus or mancubus crotch. What game review did that? Mancubus crotch. She was saying she's just Mancubus, I think it's an eye demon or coco demon. Coco demon crutch. It's an eye demon, the red one on Diablo. Oh no, Doom. I haven't played Doom in a while. I have to buy. I don't pirate games anymore. I buy them because I figure that if you pirate them too much, then they make no more games. Then there's no more games to play in the future. So see, okay, why there's just no more Doom 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. New kids in the future don't play the Doom. Now a lot of things changed over the years. I go back to China, and Ray and my mom did a lot of renos. For example, they used to have like those linoleum cheap ass trailer park kind of linoleum beige flooring. Now it's simulated hardwood. The light has been replaced. The light cover has been replaced there. Toilet has been replaced over there. My mom has replaced the 2 dead light bulbs in the garage. Well, 1 dead light bulb in the garage with those really glowing like those really halogen ones, or not the coils, but the halogen ones that are. I thought, well, where did you get them though? I didn't think I got all of them. That's just because I was doing an environmental class back in 2015. That's the thing that started this whole shit show. This whole shit show of you guys watching Choppy Buddha, Buddha Belly, and the teacher said he wanted us to do one of the for 30% of our mark or something. We had to do a one good deed, a series of good significant good deeds for the neighborhood or for the environment. It could be cleaning up a parking lot. It could be as writing to your politicians for more recycling options, that kind of thing, compost options. Which I did as well. No, I think my letter to the city was talking about shark fin banning, and now shark fin banning is now banned in about maybe a few of our provinces in Canada. Like I said in the videos, I went around the neighborhood, ran around the city of Calgary neighborhood, just picking up trash and videographing and recycling shit, and because that's what I do. I recycle shit. For example, those empty boxes. Those empty boxes. It's going to be used to transport the candies to the NicoCon tomorrow. Whereas the plastic bags will be recycled in the thing. But shh. A little ghost and goblin coming up. It's Winnie the Pooh. It's Winnie the Pooh and trick or treat. What are you?
Me?
Captain America! Captain America and Winnie the Pooh, guys!
What about Coke?
Huh?
What about Coke?
Coke?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have Coke, I just have candy.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
What?
I just have candy.
Oh, thank you guys for running.
I want mine somewhere. Yep. This is going to be Spider-Man.
Bye.
So, Spider-Man, Winnie the Pooh, and Captain America, who wanted Coke for some reason. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 2, my first 2 was 9, 10. Wait a second. Wait. Purge Dude, that's 1. Soldier Dude, that's 2. Magnificent, that's 3. Captain America, that's 4. 4. Winnie the Pooh, that's 5. Spider-Man, that's 6. It Clown, that's 7. Fairy, that's 8. Did I say Soldier Dude already? Yes, I did. 8 kids? I had more than that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the washroom, and you're probably gonna hear it, but this is fun actually. I should recharge my camera next year. Next year we're gonna do it right. Next year we're gonna come in early. We're gonna double our candy. We're gonna videograph it, and this time I'll dress up like a cat too. I'll go meow. That's my last year as a Bow Valley student because I'm gonna be done, and therefore I'm gonna be entering the adult world where I have to marry my wife, which is good, which is what I want. This is due for a wash too, so. Sorry for all the grossness, but like I said, we don't have robots in the future to wipe my nose and wipe our asses, so it's just me and my lonesome. So I'm gonna throw these candy wrappers away or flush them down the toilet, or throw them away, and then take a piss, and then man my post again. I'm sure there's more kids coming out soon. Closing the door so you can't hear. I washed my hands, don't worry. I washed my hands because I'm dealing with food. So another reason why I think I'm coughing is because I think because this thing's open and the heater's off. Because this thing's open. I remember last year I had the window open, this door open as well. No, I had the door open. I was actually sitting down watching TV, watching the door, keeping an eye on both the door and they had the door open like that. It was just really starting to leak out the heat, and I was just sitting on the couch over there wearing a bunch of blankets. Well, I think I can spend it with you. Oh, what's this? You might ask. Well, this is remember I made a video of me spraying painting a sign that says no flyers. So I have a sign that says no flyers or junk mail, please, from a store called Green Calgary. Remember that green store video I showed you about a week ago or about a month ago? where I bought a bunch of vegan soap and stuff. That's where I got it from last year. So the plans for this year, because I do usually do things around the house when my mom's not looking. Just to surprise her, just to keep busy and show that I can actually take care of myself, take care of the house, and the house won't go kablooey. And she's going on a longer vacation. She's coming back around like maybe 3rd of December, 3rd week of December, 3rd of December. So I got the. It's gonna be a junk food weekend. It's gonna be a junk food binge next few weeks. Just like last year. Ooh, just like last year. Oh man, it's cold. New rule: wear socks. I don't have any socks right now. I had socks, didn't I? Where are my socks? Ah. Socks. For some odd reason, even in the summertime, I always get cold feet. So back in Edmonton, like back in Curtin, as I was saying, my first fond memories of Halloween, I Halloween, socks, correctness. Oh yes, cold feet. I had cold feet, so I had a friend that lived behind our house. My address was 45 Kirkness. So if you could do a Google search, kids, or whatever you have in the future. That's one of the original neighborhoods of yours. In China, the original neighborhood would be Shuangyin, Rongzhen County. Dad took me there like during the China trip. Dad took me there. I had this on video, but then I lost the footage because the camera died, the phone died, or the camera was stolen. The phone camera was stolen, and the phone camera was stolen. So but Songyin County, and well, I'd say I'm on talking terms with Dad, but I don't think I am. Eventually, I'll refriend him on Facebook. Right now, I didn't friend him anymore for a while because you know how you kids don't have Facebook in the future. Mark Zuckerberg's kids might probably invented something else, and we all transport our pictures to there, or maybe it was called Dead Book, where all dead members of Facebook all posted a memorial of all their photographs of their lives and whatever. Hey, it's Halloween. I'm allowed to talk more morbidly. So assuming that you know, your kids in the future have lulu, a different version of Facebook, and but Dad, do a Google search, and oh yeah, Xuanyun. In fact, I went to China around this time, late summer, late August, or no, September-ish. It was pretty damn cold. I mean, it was like I mean, it got really cold living in China, and they have really poor Asian buildings, Asian homes, especially apartments, have really crappy insulation. But this is very useful in the summer and the spring, where it's really hot and warm and humid and muggy. But in the wintertime, it's cold as a witch's tit. Cold as Freya's or Mother Hell's, the Viking frozen god, Mother Hell's ovaries. Cryogenic ovaries, basically, even colder. So yeah, it got pretty tombstoney. In fact, the first apartment I lived in China was they had all these marble walls, so it does look like really fancy it looked really fancy during the daytime, but at night it got really fucking creepy. Like it was as if I was like an ancient communist hero or something in a tomb. It got really fucking creepy, and I was smoking cigarettes to keep warm. The heat of cigarettes, I guess. I was drinking a little bit to keep warm as well. And they were so cheap, they didn't give us any heaters. You had to pay extra for the electric bill for the heater. What a privilege. But because my stepbrother, Aaron, a crack human, a crack drinking now. He was trying to dry off some metal parts that we were trying to make these the main water spouts for hoses, and so you had to paint it gray. So he DIY sprayed it. But you need to have it electromagnetically sprayed. It was because the surface of the metal was very oily. The surface of the metal was not clingy enough for the paint to glue onto, to adhere to. And there was a latex paint too. It's more built for wood, more built for walls, or other cars that have more cars too. So imagine a very flammable metals with this oily surface on it, plus the latex flammable paint, and you're also choking on it, choking on the fumes as it dries with electric here inside a tomb-like apartment. So it's pretty much autumny and autumny like that, autumn and cold like that. Except here we have grass, and they didn't have grass in Guangzhou. unless you went to that weird lake neighborhood. See, the Chinese would like to try and copy as much as they can about Western homes, Westernized homes. So they have really fancy suburbs that actually subdivisions that actually had these Westernized homes. But it also had the Chinese flavor to it too. You can actually see this in ancient Chinese, or Chinese movie period pieces of of Shanghai in the 30s, where the house is Chinese and West at the same time. It's like one of those ones that we have some ancient kung fu master who runs a kung fu school, or something like that, or some kind of he's a doctor or something, and he lived in those things are really poorly insulated as well. So I'm just talking about insulation coldness because the window, cold feet, yeah. So with the cold feet is this tomboy of a girl. I think she now works up in Edmonton, or up north of Edmonton. It's oil in a town called Etchaw, or some of those weird towns up there. She has a ranch now because she's made lots of money by being an oil engineer, petroleum engineer. When oil was very, very high, was very, very was booming during the height of the second oil boom here in Alberta. Edmonton was a place to be too. Edmonton is a place to be too. But I am a Calgary boy. Hopefully, Calgary can pull itself out of its miserable, or its economic doldrum miseries, and recover from all this economic issues. I wonder what this house will look like back then. Like I said, this class is teaching me about lots of storytelling, lots of lore keeping, lots of logs keeping about Indigenous families and whatnot. How elders, how generational members of the family, especially elders, are extremely important to Indigenous culture because they hold images of the past and nostalgic images of the past, and I'm getting to be the initial stages of that mode. I can imagine by the time I'm 50 and by the time I'm 60, I can try and explain what this place looked like back then. You know that episode? You know that movie? That film, Back to the Future, where Doc Brown was amazed at how the township of Hill Valley was able to expand to a suburb. I'm assuming Hill Valley is a suburb of some larger, smaller Californian metropolis. And that so was the case here. And this used to be farmland actually. It used to be a ranch land, and then because you see a lot of canola fields and whatnot, still sprouting up canola. Sometimes the canola would blow in from the outside, and this Esso right here used to have like a farmer's field. Like I used to have a canola field, and then they bought it, and then they paved over it eventually to landscape it into a parking lot. But there used to be like a empty canola field, and during the springtime, it would fill up with a lot of pond-like water. Like it become a little miniature pond, and it bred a lot of insects, a lot of life forms, but not anymore. Lots of birds would come down and eat it, and then the birds would then get their fill and then crap somewhere else on us, maybe when they're flying over our heads. But yeah, this place used to be like, especially the neighborhoods of Cranston, Lake Chaparral, and Mahogany, and those places never existed. It was just an empty field. What 22X M22X used to be just a T intersection. You have a Deerfoot goes like that, and you have a T intersection. That's it. And I guess the new roads are built in there. In fact, one of my early jobs was here's somebody. One of my earlier jobs was 1 hour and 53 minutes, 53 seconds. Wow. one of the earlier jobs I did was security for Nighthawk Security. Bailey D or Eddie D used to be a raconteuring as a storytelling a country musician who worked extensively with MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, and drunk driving, and yeah, he used to be a country star. He used to be a soldier too. He's a war vet of the Korean Wars. Lost his lung over in Korea. I don't know why he smoked though, because his last time I saw him, he wasn't doing too well. His last lung that didn't get shot up was pretty much gooed up with a lot of stuff, and he was on his way out. But he produced a lot of anti-drinking and driving and responsible drinking videos, music videos with his country act. I guess he took his country act, came back here, started a family, and started a business and a bunch of other cool shit. And yeah, he used to live up in Mackenzie, Mackenzie Town. But Mackenzie Town was he figured out that I was living out in Mackenzie Lake, so I just drove to his house, got a big paycheck, got my uniforms, got my assignment, and then went out to do it. And one of the things we did was to watch to make sure that these saboteurs, these thieving saboteurs, would not gank the parts for unattended caterpillar machines and that kind of thing. Those are cat machines. Those John Deere machines. Those earth movers. And I did catch one of them. I did catch a shyster-looking dude turning it on for some reason, and I don't know why he did that, because then we will alert all of us, the guards patrolling the empty fields, and then you have the coyotes and the wolves going woo 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 all night. So you're freezing in your car, turning it on and off, trying to burn off gas, trying to get some heat going for the next 45 minutes or so, and yeah. So this is some of the hardships that us adults we have to go through in the 90s to make it this fun-loving techno city for you kids in the future. Kids in the future probably can go to some sexy beach planet or something in the future. This is where it started. In fact, I'm thinking 2 generations from now, when I'm a great-grandfather, and I'm like really dying in the bed going like that, making pee-pee sounds and poo-poo sounds. You just show me this video, and just show me this video, and I'm like, what? And then I shoot myself in the head because I'm going, what the fuck, man? And that's gonna be me. I'm going, what? I actually was like that, and I didn't really change. How did I survive my youth? Because there are times when I did have suicidal ideation, like any other young person who was confused did. Being young is a very confusing age. I agree. When you turn 45 and you have your own house of your own and a job just well going, and in my case, I'm in the cups of a new career and a new joining the forces, the Canadian Navy Reserves. Things will be different. In fact, I don't have any more reason to be Buddha Belly anymore. So this is a little snippet of my weird world on Facebook, on YouTube, and I'm gonna do a quick patrol out there to make sure there's any more kids out there. Don't worry, I have my slippers on. So. Well, last year. I guess that's it. Everyone's got their lights turned off and everyone's closing up. What time is it? not even 8. Wait. What time is it? It's only 8:10, so we'll stick around for another half hour. I'm sure there's some kids out there that's wondering about, lurking about, but most of the guys have their lights off right now. But they really should. The local station should have at least put on some kind of Halloweenish thing. At least Hocus Pocus, you know. I remember when I first moved to this neighborhood. When I moved to the new house. See, we moved twice in Edmonton. We moved from Kirkness down to Riverbend. And one thing I should have done is I should have not been so lazy as a kid and actually signed up for cadets or actually signed up for scouts, and because I do enjoy that whole geeky outdooring hang out with your friends business, and you know, hanging out with your friends outside the house kind of business, and before you become an indoor kid. I guess I was one of those indoor kids then. All right. So, well, yeah, I should have dressed up as I should have participated in Halloween as a young teenager in junior high. Again, next lifetime, be more spontaneous, be more open, be less of a geek and be less shy. I can be also very, very quiet, shy teen, and I guess as a middle-aged adult and a young adult, that personality just showed up for some reason. I'm in my early middle age now. I'm 43, so I still consider myself a young adult in my 30s, young at heart. Wait till I'm in my 50s, then it's all over. Then I'm the one who's giving out licensee to the kids, driving my kids around, driving my kids and their friends to watch movies, and doing that whole thing. I think I'm going to also donate to Aubrey de Grey and try to extend my youth, my life. I can imagine myself doing this in Phoenix or Arizona. I guess everyone's coming back from their Halloween parties. Halloween's gonna run. Well, for us adults, it runs until like late night. They're probably doing some Halloween party out there. So there's a clean, sober, fun Halloween. I heard some grounding sounds in there. Hear that? Trick or treat! I guess they're gonna be I hope they're coming this way, and I hope those little baby ghosts and goblins are migrating this way. The migratory patterns are sort of this way now. Let's go take a peek, shall we? I'll be right back. I saw two of them trick-or-treaters on the other side of the street there, so I told them, I said, there's some candy over here. Maybe I'll take these last two houses and come this way. Well, I certainly hope that Mackenzie Lake would have a new set of kids. But yeah, I mean, I'm taking this, like I said, I'm taking the Indigenous class, and this is how Indigenous elders share their stories, share their portal to the past. through their eyeballs, through their memories of what they said. And in between the mumbles and the jumbles are going to be little snippets of information that is quite useful. So lessons that we learned: come home early for trick-or-treating, wear something warmer. Actually, it's warm up here. This is actually a really thick shirt. I was lucky enough to grab one of the thicker shirts. I cycle through my shirts. If it's dirt, but if it's dirty, if it's covered in pollutants from the outdoors, people coughing on me, and I'm coughing on people because you can see over my handkerchief. We're all coughing on each other, sharing our microbes, sharing the love. The secret ingredient is love, right? I have some ribs that are defrosting. I can eat that tonight. Ribs and veggies. If you heard me out there, I said, "There's some candy over there." But like I said, I'm going to split this up into half. Give some to my wife. I know my wife is watching this show, so. My latest care package to my wife is going to contain these 2 packages of Yummable cookies. In fact, let us use this container. Let's send let's wrap this up and send this container to them. It's going to contain 2 Yummable cookies. Excuse me. Actually, I'm going to find a bigger box. Maynard's box, and a bunch of Maynards, and a bunch of. Actually, I'm going to send her half the Yummables. I got this from RCIA class. I got these guys from RCIA class. My mother was selling her Girl Guide cookies, so I'll give this to her. It's mint chocolate flavored. Plus, I'm going to order her a box full of the usual Swish candies, vegan candies. She particularly likes the Squish, the Kiss Kiss candies, the Kissy Kiss that are cherry lips. I also intend to get some dried up cherries for her, some dried up peaches for her. She doesn't like Twizzlers. She asked. I think she saw me this. I think last year I bought myself, as part of my self-care package. I buy candy for myself. Self-care. I bought myself some toffees. I bought myself a lot of Twizzler rainbow flavored candies. I don't like them so much. I couldn't find any over there, but they were Twizzler rainbows, and she was seeing me eat some of them, and she was wondering what they were. And Twizzlers. So I gave her some of those, and I gave her like several medium-sized packages of Twizzlers, and she didn't like them too much. So she has 2 remaining. Okay, so I don't see any more. So like I said, last year I had the I was sitting watching television and having this on. And last year I just filmed myself putting the candy in the bowls. I'm not talking to anyone, so I'm just talking to people now. And next year maybe I'll dress up. I didn't get the time. I was too busy studying. So. I don't see anyone coming in. There's a football game right now going on, so it's like a weird football game. But I don't know. They should have They should have a special for Halloween at least on the local channels, not the conglomerate channels, but the local channels of. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's what I was just saying. I was saying, oh, channels. So yeah, during the Halloween, the local channels, not the globalized channels, they should have more, like specials for Halloween. Definitely the trick or the I remember watching Garfield's Halloween, the one where Garfield back in the 80s/90s, the one where Garfield, I guess Garfield was big back then, before the but before the CGI movie kind of made him into a household name again. And in that episode, it was Garfield. I don't know how he ended up in the spooky house, but he ended up in a spooky house in some kind of bayou, lakey swamp area. And I'm assuming it's up in the New England area, judging by the trees and the creepy crawly trees and how it's not like bayou southern trees or however it is. And in this case, and there was an old man tending to a fire, the armchair, the lazy boy chair ish kind of thing in front of a fire, dilapidated house, wooden rotting floor planks. So the elderly man was telling Garfield about a story of how he witnessed these pirates. No, there was these pirates who buried some kind of treasure under the floorboards or something, and they raided a bunch of ships, and they're being chased by a British Navy or something, and that they vow as ghosts to return for their treasure. So then Garfield and Odie were, I don't know, stuck in the house when the when the when the elderly man pieced out and stole their rowboat or something. Something to that effect, according to my memory. Anyways, so then, lo and behold, the pirates came back for their treasure and found them there, and then the comedic shit show starts. Shit show. But yeah, so I was watching that kind of show, or Scooby Doo, some kind of weird Scooby Doo episode. It's a lot of but in town there's a lot of parties out there that involve that involve Halloween. A lot of club parties as well. So I'm assuming that everyone's gonna go and hungover with a sugar coma or sugar rush and that kind of jazz. But I'm gonna do one more quick peek out there to see if there's any more straggling teen kids out there. And I told those two kids across the street, there's some candy here. They're coming this way, but they're across the street. So I pointed to the house like, there's candy over there, but they didn't know across the street or something. This is only like what a few meters across the street, like 5 meters at best. Just some party goers coming back from a party. Well, I don't see anyone out there, but what time is it now? It's already 8:30, so, and already I'm feeling the stomach gurgles of the candy, which means I'm going to have to lie down and I'm getting all comatose. I got up at 6 this morning, and I got up at 6 every morning. I usually do my last minute assignments, poke about the internet at around 9, or study. And hopefully Chili Island is still open tonight. Maybe I can order some zinke oil. And you give the ad out there some candy, from leftover candy as a tip. Well, I'll give them a tip for real, and then I'll give them some candy as a goodbye gesture. I haven't ordered from Chili Island since 2016, so this is 2019 now, so they probably glad to see me back. The thing is, they made me. I used to order zinke oil from them, tomato beef rice from them, which is very delicious. But in this case, they made me a poor version of it last time. So, like not this time, but the last time before last time, the secondary last time. I can assume that in the Northeast, because the houses are so close together, there's so many younger people there. It's more dense. There'll be more candy populations. So our next order of action is now to pick up a 5-point screwdriver, 15 size pointed screwdriver or star screwdriver to undo my mom's vacuum cleaner. And I'll have her. I'll fix her Dyson to make sure it runs well, to keep it operational. Then I plan to next year I'm going to order her some new bags. And this year I'm going to have someone fix the furnace downstairs, or fix the hot water tanker downstairs to tune it up, to make sure that runs well. What else do we gotta do? That's about it. Oh, and I give my wife her money for her present, a pendant, which is due, and give my sister-in-law $500 for her tuition and her rent and whatnot, and her food and whatnot. what else can I do? That should be about it for the next chores. Oh, and order some squishy candies, some squish candies, swish candies. Shh. Right here. Hey, candy, candy. The kids want candy. Okay. Yeah. It's Halloween. What the hell? Dude, it's Halloween. It's candy time. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You guys coming back from party or what?
No.
Yeah.
We're just walking off.
Walking around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There should be Halloween trick or treating.
Adios.
There you go.
Yes. Thank you.
So just a regular group of 5 teenagers that are just partying around, didn't realize it's Halloween, and come on, man, it's Halloween. That's what I say. You kids want candy? Candy? It's Halloween. Come on. That's it. That's the last of it. It is now 5 minutes after 8:30, so I'm taking the last obligatory piece. Well, maybe I'll stick around almost. Maybe I'll keep up until 9. The neighbor across the street the neighbor has their lights on, so. Wow, this is one awesome battery. 2 hours already. So I played with you guys for 2 hours, gave away a bunch of candy to a bunch of kids. Next year we're gonna come in earlier. Next year we're gonna buy the candy earlier. This year I couldn't because I was too busy bogged with studies. I'm doing 3 classes. Cool. You probably heard me say candy, you kids want candy? You're getting some handfuls of candies and they're like sweet. So it's a 5 plus 3, the last 3 is 8 plus 2, 8, 9, 10. Plus those several kids, let's see. Soldier, Magnificent, Mel. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Magnificent. Oh, the 3 Filipino kids. Captain America, Spider-Man, and some other dude. It's my, I don't know, it's not my middle finger, it's just this one, next to my pinky. That's another kid, so that's 11 plus 3 is 14. 14 plus, I'm assuming, I'm missing 2 more, I can't remember what they were though. Captain America, Magnificent, Mel, Kid 1 and Kid 2. So, that's 13-ish kids. Oh, a scary number. 13-ish kids, that's not bad. Like I said, it'll be much more, it'll be much more if I was, I keep on saying, shh, hear that? I keep on hearing kids out there. Well, it looks like it's just a bunch of regular teenagers. I asked them, we just asked them at the door, if they're trick-or-treating. They said no, they're just hanging out. I'm sure there's a bunch of straggling kids out there somewhere. Lots of cars going back and forth for this late at night, so I'm assuming like they're going to and fro parties or driving their kids around looking for candies and stuff. One thing I used to do is one trick I used to try and do as a kid. I used to flick the light switch on and off as a teenager. Not as a teenager, but as a young adult, in my 20s. So when I was around doing this, when I first moved here, and you know how that liminal, that sugar, that sweet spot before you turn on and off the lights. Well, I kept the flicker switch at that particular clutch place. that contact point, and it made the lights flicker a little bit, and it also flicking, so kind of gave it a dilapidated, scary house look. So that didn't work. No kids out there. Oh, sweet those. See, in this case, when you're giving and you're receiving in life, but when you give in life, you're connecting with another human being. Whether you're donating to charity. In fact, Mustard Seed sent me a message in my mailbox. Like I said, I write to inmates in the States and in Canada. I write to inmates and just to give them words of encouragement during their wilderness era, where they're lost in the wilderness stage, and so far I contacted one serial killer, one school shooter, a satanic murderess, Christina Pike, a gangbanger who shot for 3 fellow youths in the car wash parking lot, as well pops and stuff. That was a triple homicide right there, and I write to these people. I tried to write to Charlie Ying, and I tried to write to some other people. And yeah, I tried to write to the Dexter killer up in Edmonton, but he's in Saskatchewan right now, in the penitentiary in Saskatchewan. But he tried to be a Dexter murderer back in the early 2015s, where he tried to emulate. He tried to emulate Scott Hall C. Hall's character, Dexter Morgan. But he failed. He let one of his victims go. And the victims, of course, reported him to the police. And the official murder victim, Johnny Atziger, his body was never found. So I updated the Wikipedia account for Dexter and the Dexter Wikipedia, and we linked them this murderer. I forgot his name. Mark Twitchell. Mark Twitchell. What was I going with all this murdering? Serial killers. Oh yeah, mailbox. So I write to inmates in a mailbox in a PO box. That's where I bought these candies from the store, from the post office / drugstore up there, and yeah, that's all I can say. We're reaching 8:45 ish right now. I'm going to do another poke around, and I think there's a football game going on, 49ers or something like that. So a Halloween trick or treat game. I don't know. It looks pretty quiet out there. Our neighbors seem to have turned their lights back on, so maybe they are back in business. But in the sacred hoop class, they were talking about. Did I hear anything? Nope. Oh, hey, hey, Candy, 3 girls. Who are you guys supposed to be?
Frat boys.
That boys? Right on.
Thank you. Ah, sorry. Thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Me too. Ooh, 3 girls. 3 frat boys. They're just wandering by and said, hey. They almost mistake this house. That's it. Next time I'm going to put a sign saying free candy. And a little Peter Bear going, oh no, that's inappropriate given the nature of our 3 last visitors. But like I said, I got a donation envelope from Mustard Seed, my old volunteering. I used to volunteer a lot with them when I was younger, like really younger. When this house was really younger, back in the early 2000s, 1999, 2000s. I was doing my Duke of Edinburgh Award. It's called the American Congressional Award. In case I moved down to the States, and we're all Americans, and this is what's called in Canada, the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and the Congressional Youth Award in America. In America, you go and get a medal. You go to Washington D.C. So I'm hoping that they should have that here in Canada at least. That's the American variant of it. Bill Clinton was actually an award earner of this award of this type. But all in all, I think the Americans should invent their own system, like one that's not connected to the Duke of Edinburgh or an independent operator. And Canada should invent their own youth award as well. Call it the Confederation Youth Award, and completely different. Have a different set of criterion, and a different scheme altogether. That's one of the goals of my life, is to help set up a Canadian-based frat or a Canadian-based honor society, and maybe have it based here in the UFC. The UFC is the birthplace of it. We're nearing 40 million people, so I think we have the population for such grandiose projects and grandiose schemas. I'm just taking off my socks now because sometimes they get wet, sometimes they don't. Oh boy, I'm glad I stayed. Boy, I bet those girls are glad I stayed around for another few minutes. 3 minutes. Transaction happened in 3 minutes. I'm assuming that, I don't know. Calgary could use another million people though. By the time that happens, I think I'm going to be as an old man. But it was a pleasure to serve the Calgarian people, and this is one of the ways I'm serving it, by supplying their children with junk food too. Like I said, the teachers are going to have one hell of a time tomorrow morning. The kids are like, be like, trying to dodgeball. It's full of dodgeball really hard. Dodgeball turns into like a big meteorite or just a Dragon Ball. the Kamehameha spell. As this big giant orange ball of death going, and then the nerd kid catches it and goes, ha! My ankles, like on Dragon Ball. This huge trail of dirt, like a huge trail line of dirt, and then he goes, Kame, yeah, back at you. And the bully's like, what the fuck, man? Boom! He gets smacked in the face of it. And then they're also hyperly sugared that they don't even feel anything. Oh, so three girls there dressed up with the baseball hat backwards, the long shirt out, the bling wear, the total Chad look. The whole Chad look, the three of them. So I think I'm judging that they're in their 17, 18. So that's okay. I still give it to young adults too. I'm a kid at heart. I'm a kid. As you can tell, I'm a kid at heart. Last year around this time, I bought a bunch of junk food around November. I bought pizza pops. I bought burgers. I bought lots of Cheese Whiz. I bought two boxes of ice cream. I bought what else did I buy? Corn pops, Captain Crunch, bacon, lots of eggs. I bought some Eggos. I bought a whole shitload of Yums, basically, and pizza pops especially. And I said, I wrote on Facebook. I wrote down, "It's time for the junk food fest to finally begin." And then another classmate, one of the best friends squad. Yes, from She-Ra, the She-Ra on Twitter, or on Netflix, Nettie. The best friend squad, I wrote down one of the members of the best friend squad, me, a classmate, and another classmate, I guess Buddy is a classmate too. Me, and Monica. They wrote down, you wrote down, dude, you're in your 40s. And then Monica wrote down, don't you know he's a little kid? Because I have a cat blanket, I have a fuzzy security blanket, I call it cat blanket. And I cook the cat blanket ice cream. I have a Sumi blanket from the Van Rock games, from the Whistler, the Paralympic Whistler games in 2010. So it's 9 years old. The blanket. Yeah, it's 9 years old this year. Wow, my Sumi blanket. So it's basically Sumi, a woodland thunderbird forest creature with a tortoise shell. Tree creature or some kind of hybrid creature. He likes cocoa. He's representing the Paralympic Games, and his indigenous creature. So I call him Sumi. Because he has this big smiley mouth, I know where to feed the ice cream and all the junk food and all the ice cream. Oh, pudding, Jello pudding. I experimented with the butterscotch one. I experimented with the vanilla ones. Those things are gross. They're good, but they're not. The ones I like was the green stuff, the pistachio flavored minty stuff. I tried to put sprinkles on it, but the sprinkles kind of dissolved and turned all wet and dissolved and just had leaky stains. So I'm just going to put ice cream or cocoa. Or I tried to put chiplets in it one time, like caramel chiplets, but those melted because it's so liquid. I put what else are we gonna like there? I need another pack of sunflower seeds. I need a pack of kombucha and some yogurt. I gotta eat healthy after all, right? Burgers I have already. We already have chicken burgers and cordon bleu patties. What else do we need? Oh, and the candy for my wife, the Switch. So we're coming down to our 2-hour mark. It's been 2 hours since 5 minutes to go to 9. So I'm gonna do one more last patrol around outside and see if there's any more kids out there. If not, we'll just divvy out all the candy for the proper parties. See, I'm reminded of the dark and spookiness of China on my little Chinese trip tangent there. Was simply because in China they have autumn, right? Of course, they have winter and autumn, but it's a different kind of autumn in northern China because it gets really wintry and cold. It doesn't really get snowy, but it gets super dry, like really, really. Like Hades kind of dry. So in the darkness as the cars go by, I'm seeing the many headlights of the cars that are driving by. I'm assuming because tonight this is Halloween and everyone's going to their parties and whatnot. I have to keep saying. I don't know. Somehow that kind of triggered the memory of how I used to go back home from work from the factory to my frozen tomb-like apartment. So my frozen tomb-like apartment, and what would happen is that see another car goes by, another headlights. These in China sometimes they usually use scooters. They don't usually use cars in the rural countryside. And you know how we have crossroads here with farms with crossroads in North America? Well, of course they have those in China. They have crossroads, and you have kids occasionally firing off firecrackers on their own property. You can do that in China, actually. It's part of our culture. So during the harvest spell, I guess during the winter when it gets really cold, then it gets watery. But northern China has always been dry. It's always been like this really tundra, permafrosted area, like northern Alberta, like Northwest Territories, or like the deserts of Alaska or Yukon. Those kind of places that are really dry and really barren tundras. So you have all the gnarly looking trees that are gnarled, and you have this procession of workers, old workers especially, on their bikes going home. Sometimes they have their lights turned on, sometimes they have their lights turned off. But there's no street lights out there, so it's just one big glow of white halo light. You would see one car after another car of a co-worker, after another car of a co-worker, after another car of a co-worker, and they slowly turn to the sides. When they reach their homes. Sometimes they reach a neighborhood, a small village / neighborhood that is a suburb that has garages and whatnot. They'll park there, but because there's no lights, street lights, that it looks really eerie. You actually see the two huge bunch of headlights just curving behind you, in front of you, that kind of thing. And that's what it kind of reminded me of with all these cars going back and forth tonight. Especially with my pine tree right there, just going like that. My pine tree, or my elmwood tree out there. My elmer tree out there also. Things like that as well. So I wonder who owns this house next. So of course it'll be a bunch of youngsters. Both my neighbors now are retired. Their kids have moved on. I haven't moved on yet, but I'm the last of the cohorts, right? I'm moving on in a few years after I save up enough money and finish my education. I'm moving in with my wife. We may move to this neighborhood though. We may move to this neighborhood. Well, we want kids. We want our kids to play with somebody, right? So we could move up northeast, or I could stay here in Douglasdale at least. Douglasdale or Stonegate or Stonebridge or Stone Quarry, suburbia. I think this house is also one of the last remaining houses where the backyard was actually pretty sizable. Now to have a house this size, or the backyard size, is quite a bit. Because a lot of people are moving into Calgary all at once and trying to minimize land use. So we're back in the 80s. Remember in the 80s in the Spielberg movies, you have this really fat-looking house that's very wide, and you have this huge yard. Like say an E.T. movie or Stranger Things, especially Stranger Things. I haven't seen Stranger Things, but I've seen a few episodes of it. But that's what houses used to look like in the 80s and 70s, because there's less people. Now they have more people. My wife wants 4 children. My wife wants to adopt, so we can adopt one of our kids at least. Maybe the kid has a sibling, and it'll be very detrimental to the social development and to the societal development of both both children if they are separated like that. So if there's a then perhaps the family will have 3 kids, two additional kids. That's going to be quite a bit. But I'm in social work and she's in IT. I'm telling your mother, your grandmother, to get IT, a supplementary augmentative certificates, especially in project management, and hopefully she'll work at Shaw Cable. She'll work wherever she wants to work at, but I suggest Shaw Cable so we can get free, so we get cheap cable here at home, but also because their company is really moving, IT is really moving. Calgary is really digitizing. This old house was built in '95. The year afterwards, '96, internet was heavily commercialized. The early days of Lycos, the early days of GeoCities. This house actually saw that. The gaming, especially the gaming. Now that your uncle Justin has moved on. He's in IT, but he's living downtown. I am about to move out as well. I'm doing the last minute reparations to the house so the house is more livable. For example, keeping the hot water tanker downstairs repaired and keeping the furnace in operable mode. Keeping mom's vacuums running, and her car was stolen. Before this vacation period, her car was stolen. So we're gonna have to look for a new car. Other than that, it's been a good run. We had some pretty good Halloweens here. I think 2020 or 2000 was a good Halloween. The last Halloween I went on, anyways. I was a young adult, so I was in my early 20s. As I told you guys about before. And I don't know. I get nostalgia during the anniversaries of the year, during specialized times of the year. I get all nostalgic. So we're down to 9 o'clock now. We're approaching 2 minutes, so I'm going to do one more final take a look out there, one more final time, then I'll close it up. Okay, that's a wrap, guys. So who gets what? Who gets what? Well, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna throw these little wrappers into the garbage. Well, as I'm packing up, maybe I'll leave the door open one more time just to see if there's any more straggling kids out there. But, so, this box will be for Nico-kan, this box will be for my girlfriend. Sending you to Vietnam in the package. So, one for wife. One for Nico-kan. One for wife. One for Nico-kan. One for wife. a Nikokan. And this is going to be divided into half and half. This is going to be divided into half. Oh shit. You see? Huh. This will be divided into half and half. So half goes to Nikokan, half goes to wife, one each, one. There. Okay, that's chocolates. Last call for 2019, son! Last call for Ghosts and Goblins! 2019! Alright! One for wife, one for Nikokan, 3 each. One for wife, one for Nikokan, 3 each. And look at that, works out. One for wife and one for Nikokan, 1 each. Wife and Nikokan. That's going to the care package to my wife. The I called Yum Yum Candy, the Yum Yum bag. Initially I called the bag a funny bag, a fun bag. But she calls it funny bag, so I like her way better. Funny bag. And that's how me and your mother courted. That's how I met your mother. By giving her Yum Yum Candy. She doesn't like sweets. Your mother doesn't like sweets too much. She's like me. I don't really like sweets as well. I don't really like sweets as well. I do have a sweet tooth, but I don't really like sweets as much. What the hell is this? A button? Some kind of weird button. Mom will take care of that. So, I'm assuming your mother is a fan of, like most Vietnamese people, are a fan of hot stuff. My sister, half-sister, maybe relationships have improved between me and my dad by then. I have some of their photographs locked in my D drive somehow. I have to repost them. Maybe things will improve. They're not improving now, but things will improve hopefully. Maybe I earn some money. Maybe he'll recognize me then. That's sad. Sad that happened. I think your dad, your grandfather, your great grandfather, your grandfather lived in this house before he went out to China. In 97. In 97. Yeah, 97. He went out to China, late 97 in the summertime. Around the late summer / spring. Late summer / spring. Or late spring / summer. He didn't see your uncle's graduation. He saw my graduation at least. Yeah, last time he was in this house was back in like many years ago. Like, going out this door, going out that door. We thought he would come back. We thought he would send money back. Or thought he was just going to go there for work for a few years and then come back. Other than that, the show's over. So Namma mi padme hum, Namo admi padme hum, Namo admi padme hum, Namaste. And thank you for watching our show. This is a Buddha Belly Wiki Woo Gogogin signing off. Thank you.